Just to make sure it's just every time somebody comes to paint, just make sure it's hard. They're gonna have to earn every shot. It's just something you just can't come in there just like as a 7-footer and as like me and Isaac, we just taught just like you can't make sure everybody just come in. You're not just gonna get nothing easy. Just to make sure it's just hard every time. Just to make sure like put the adversity on them. Really, just to you got to think about me every time they come in. So it's just something to just keep it in their mind, just to get them off their game or just to alter their shot. So either way, we just getting better. Quality defensive stops, really.
You've spent maybe the last 2-3 weeks hearing yourselves as last team in, first 4 out, all those kinds of things, bubble talk. What do you think you guys have to get done at the Big Ten tourney in terms of your NCAA hopes?
Just really just be a defensive team, really. Like, offense will come. We'll just be really just good on defense and really just play as hard as we can and just make sure everybody just do that extra effort, diving on the ground, taking charges, really, and I feel like we should take it. We've been doing just a lot of press work, really, and just I would say just making sure every day is going hard, really, just rebounding drills. Like, Ray's just been putting in work on and off the court, really, just making sure, just staying focused on everything. So that's just helping him a lot, just to make sure everything is, like, off the court, everything is great, and then on the court it should come. He's just been putting in so much work. Everybody's been putting in so much work, so it's just really just got to go out there and play hard.
Are you concerned about where you might stand in the tournament situation?
No, I feel like we're just going to do great. We know we just got to get prepared, ready. We finna practice today just to get ready for everybody that's in our bracket right now. So, we just got to go out there and just play hard, really. That's it.
Well, for us, you just try to keep your attention on your next opponent and not really talk about the big picture things, even though they're so important. And you don't know your opponent. That's what's, but you do have weaknesses as a team. And I always say when you don't know your opponent, you know yourself. And so, we're just going to spend these next couple days really focusing on ourselves and trying to get better, with an idea that, who you might play. And, if it was logical, we would just sit around and say, let's just prepare for Iowa. But we know, conference tournaments are not logical. People get beat on neutral courts. It just happens. We've been there. We've struggled in the Big Ten tournament of late. And so we know how that is. And everybody's fighting for things. Whether that's postseason play or helping the resume or getting a better seed in the NCAA tournament, everybody has different things to fight for. But just trying to keep your attention, on what's in front of you.
Is that extra day, how important is that on the front side, or maybe even more if you can advance on the back
Right.
side?
It's more important on the back side, just because you have 3 games in 3 days instead of 4 games in 4 days. Or like now, now we have 5 games in 5 days for 4 teams. So I think that's more important. You just have to get there. The thing that worries you as a coach is that the team you play has that advantage of being on that court before and playing an A game or playing a couple games. And so sometimes that adjustment takes a little bit of time. And we've had that happen. We've had it happen for us when we've played the game, and we've had it happen against us when we didn't.
How much do you look at your resume right now and wonder where you're at? Does it need to be defended? Does it need to be improved?
Well, you defend it by winning. And anytime you're on the bubble, it's the only way to help yourself. You've got to win basketball games, and I think we've been able to do that, to this point. And we had a very good conference season. But there's always going to be a negative with your team when you're on the bubble. You wouldn't be on the bubble. And so there's some negatives for some people that aren't on the bubble. And so they're in the tournament. So it's the way it is. It's a very competitive grind at this time. But like I said, you keep your focus on what you can control. And we got to have a big-time effort no matter who we play.
How deserving was Rayfeld of Defensive Player of the Year, and what did he do for your team this year defensively especially?
Well, Rayfeld was great. He was very determined and took on the challenge of guarding the other team's best perimeter player unless he was a point guard. So we keep John on a lot of their point guards, and we switch a lot. So he ends up guarding a lot of different people. But, Ray had a great year. And in non-conference, we really struggled on the defensive end. And to have the best defensive field goal percentage and three-point field goal percentage defensively was huge for our team. And, I mentioned John, and he had a great season defensively. And A.J. was huge. Obviously, A.J. being the best shot blocker in our league 3 straight years is a great feat.